What are some good pre and post exercise snacks, and when do you recommend consuming them? So, Enoch, for pre workout, I recommend focusing on a good source of carbohydrate, not like candy, but good source of solid carbohydrates to fuel your workout, and some healthy fat. You don't want a ton of fat. I'm not telling you to go to McDonald's and get French fries, but you do want a little bit of healthy fat to teach your body how to burn fat as fuel, which is just helpful for so many reasons, and to keep you full throughout the whole workout. So I have three different categories. If you're eating like an hour and a half to 2 hours before, you can almost eat, most people can almost eat a whole meal. So a meal that has some good carbohydrates and some good healthy fat would be like eggs and veggies. I think that's a great snack slash meal to have before a workout, as long as you have about 2 hours to digest. A smoothie would be another one. So some fruit, some greens. You don't want to have a ton of vegetables in your smoothie before a workout. This is the only time I'm ever going to tell you not to eat a ton of vegetables, is right before your workout. But if they're blended, most people, if they have 2 hours, they can handle some fruit and vegetables in a smoothie. And then I would put chia seeds in there. Enoch, you may have heard of the Tarahumara Indians, who they're in that book Born to Run. They eat a ton of chia seeds and they're super fantastic runners. So I think there's something there. Chia seeds are a great source of protein, fiber, omega 3s, very good for energy too. So throw those into your smoothie. And then some source of, well, chia seeds are a source of healthy fat. I was going to say you could also put in some coconut milk or some almond butter, not too much, but just a little bit, to keep you full for longer. So that's if you have an hour and a half to 2 hours. Now, next category is if you have half an hour to an hour and a half, which is probably what most people do before a workout. For this, I would recommend a couple things. Same composition, but you just want it easier to digest. So an RX bar is a really good one. A Lara bar is another really good one. I used to eat Lara bars to power me through long runs. Instead of like a gel, I used to just cut up Lara bar chunks and put them in a Ziploc baggie and carry them. That's a really good mix of complex carbohydrates from fruit, from dates, and nuts to keep you powered for longer. So RX bar, Lara bar, a smaller smoothie, or something that most people don't think of. Actually, two things most people don't think of. Half an avocado with a piece of fruit. That's a really great pre-workout snack as long as you have about an hour or so to digest. Another one that I love are dates, like dried dates, the little guys, like that big or something. Slice them in half and put some almond butter or peanut butter in there. It's a small snack. You can have one, two, or three of those. But it's a great balance of carbohydrates and fat. I'm stumbling over my words here. Great balance of carbohydrates and fat to power you through that workout. And it really will give you a burst of energy. So that's another good one. Now, if you're eating immediately before a workout, most people's stomachs cannot handle like a meal before a workout, myself included. So I'll either have half a banana and like a smear of almond butter, or I'll have a little chunk of baked sweet potato. That's what I did this morning, actually. I went to a high intensity interval class, and then I had like an hour and a half in between, and then I went to a yoga class. So I didn't want to eat a giant meal. And by the way, this is why I wake up at 4:15 every morning, because I gotta have time for all this stuff. I gotta get in my morning routine and all that. But anyway, I had a little chunk of sweet potato with some coconut oil in between there, and that works really great for me. Very easy to digest, but good combination of complex carbohydrates and some good healthy fat. So those would be if you're eating right before. Now, the other thing is, if you're working out first thing in the morning, like I went to my high intensity interval class this morning, I had nothing before, because honestly, who wants to eat a meal at 4:15? I don't wake up hungry. A lot of people do, and if you do, you could have one of those things that I mentioned for half an hour before. But unless you're working out for like more than an hour at a high intensity, your body should have enough glycogen on board to power you through that workout fasted in the morning. And there are some benefits of doing that occasionally too. So that's pre-workout. Post-workout, I would like a balance of macronutrients, protein, fat, and carbohydrates, but you focus a little more on protein post-workout to help your muscles recover. I like to say a little more because honestly, you need all three of those after a workout. So, protein, fat, and carbohydrates. Now, if you are just like in the car, going on the way to somewhere else, I don't know. There are two shakes that I like, Coco Libre and Orgain. I'll post links to those below too. Those are both good, healthy options of protein. One is plant based protein, the other one has some dairy protein, and they're sweetened with stevia, I think, and monk fruit. Not so many scary, very little, very few to no scary ingredients, which is good. So you can grab those, good hit of protein. That's not going to fill you up for like 3 hours, but if you just need something right after the workout, that's a good one. Sometimes I'll just do like some turkey roll ups and a veggie pack, some raw veggies in a bag as a pre workout snack to tide me over to my next meal. Or really, the best option is just to have a meal. You don't need to, unless you're trying to be like truly like a bodybuilder or a figure competitor or something like that, you don't need to eat protein within 2 minutes after a workout. If you're going to have a meal an hour later and you're not normal because everyone's normal, but if you are an amateur or I don't know the word for that. If you're a non professional, non elite, Enoch, you're elite, so whatever. For most people, you can just get by to have a meal after your workout as long as it's an hour or so after the workout.